We found that overpayments of $4.6 billion were made to ineligible individuals, and we estimated that at least $27.4 billion of payments to individuals and employers should be investigated further.
Canada's Auditor General finds billions in waste in the age of COVID. Hi, I'm Brian Lilley, political columnist for the Toronto Sun. Look, we knew there was going to be some waste in COVID. We just didn't realize how much. The government, of course, denied there was any at all. And yet the latest reports from Canada's Auditor General, Karen Horgan, finds there was not only waste in the vaccine program, but most especially in the benefits program. Look, I'm willing to cut the government some slack in terms of overpaying to get vaccines here to a degree. You know, we didn't know how many would be showing up or which vaccines would be workable, which ones wouldn't. And so, of course, they had to put out contracts with all of them after starting off with a Chinese company, of course. I'll cut them a little bit of slack on that. But when it comes to the benefits programs, billions of dollars went out the door that shouldn't have. And this is truly shocking. The latest auditor's report finds $4.6 billion worth of overpayments made to individuals who weren't eligible. But there's another $27.4 billion that still needs to be investigated, including more than $15 billion that went to companies who claimed losses that didn't match what they later claimed on their GST or HST filings. This is all a real program. But if you want to see how big the spending was during COVID, consider this. Household income actually went up during the pandemic. This is according to both the Auditor General and StatsCan, and that those programs that were there to, well, have Canadians' backs, make sure they didn't lose money, actually increased income. For some, quite dramatically. Let me read to you from the report. According to Statistics Canada, from 2019 to 2020, the median income of combined employment, pension, and investments for Canadians declined by $1,600. It went down. However, the median government transfers doubled from $8,200 to $16,400. This was being due mainly to COVID-19 income support programs. Overall, these increases in government transfers to households exceeded losses in wages and salaries and self-employment income. This income compensation through COVID-19 programs helped to financially support the population. It did more than help financially support the population. It increased their incomes. Check out this chart included in the audit. For people in the lowest quintile, that's making less than $25,000, incomes went up by 16%. You'd say, well, look, those are very low income people. They deserve that. Okay, the third quintile, that's making up to $71,000 a year. Their income went up by an average of 7%. And what about the people at the very top, making more than $162,000 a year? That's when you're in the fifth quintile. Their income went up by 2%. On average, Canadian household incomes went up by 5% during the pandemic. Why? Due to extra spending by government. They were told that they were doing too much. They were told that they weren't pulling back on helping people who didn't need help, and they didn't listen. And now we're dealing with the impact of that overspending. How? Through inflation. Too many dollars chasing too few goods creates inflation. And even the Bank of Canada Governor Tiff Macklem recently said that if the government's overspending had been pulled back earlier, inflation wouldn't be as bad as it is now. We've had about more than a year of out of control inflation, and very little has been done to tame it. And all the Trudeau government wants to do is spend even more, even after we're out of the pandemic. It's all insanity. Let me know what you think about this COVID overspending. Drop a comment down below. Share this on social media. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.